So I'm going to be breaking one of my AFIB rules that I have this weekend. Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. But before we talk about my AFIB, let's give a update on my weight. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know that at the beginning of December, I weighed 171 pounds. And that's pretty heavy for me. The lightest I've been during the race season this past season was 161, and so I wanted to hit that again, especially for the first race of the season, which was going to have some climbing in it. So that's basically 10 pounds over 10 weeks, a pound a week. Should be no problem, right? Well, as it turned out, that I weighed in this morning at 164 2/3, so that's about 6 1/3 pounds that I lost in 10 weeks. So, why didn't I lose all that 10 pounds? One reason is this over here. It's not like I put on a lot of weight, a lot of muscle, but, probably a little bit. But another reason is that my power has been increasing. My FTP went up a little over 3% over a 7-week period. My form has been increasing. Not only I can tell by the workouts, but also by these fast group rides that I started doing on Sundays. So I didn't want to screw with that too much. So I wasn't too spazzed about losing all that weight all that quickly. Now I have trimmed down, and it shows. At least to me it shows. I don't know how it shows in the video. I hope it does. But the races I have following this weekend of racing are going to be more flattish until I get to April, where we have this road race called Copperopolis, which is kind of the Hell of the North type of road race. And there's significant climbing in that. And last year it was a 50-mile race for me. But last year I dropped out after the first of 2 laps because that just killed me.
You give up because you think you are. At the top of this small feed zone section is a little bump. It goes down just a bit and then it continues with the rest of the climb. I was hoping to get to that bump with the group so I could have just a little bit of a respite. But what happens actually when you get to the top of that bump is they just keep on going, so you just got to keep on going. You just don't have the pressure of going uphill. I just started standing, and the reason I'm standing is that my muscles that are normally focused on when I'm doing seated climbing are starting to fail. So I have to switch to other muscles. So I am redlining a bit, or needing to back off because these guys are going faster and I'm already near my max again. So far I'm on somebody's wheel, but it looks like this is tenuous. This may be it, as I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get back on. Pretty much my decision was made at that point. I'm stopping at 1 lap, not doing the second lap. My buddy Bob did the second lap and he said it was like a death march for him. And that's what it would have been for me too. I am not going down that again. In my younger days, I used to fly down that thing, people beside me or not.
That was one tough race. So, that's my weight situation. Let's talk about my AFIB. Now, my AFIB has been going well. I was curious to see what would happen after I started my hard workouts in January. And I started introducing VO2 max workouts with over-unders. And my sweet spot has been increasing to just about an hour long. And I recently started doing threshold workouts, big gear threshold workouts. My heart's been going pretty good. Leading into January, I virtually had no palpitations at all. Now I'm getting a few palpitations, but not enough to really worry me. But still, I use those to determine how things are going, how my fatigue is going, because one of the main things, if you haven't watched my channel, I had made some lifestyle changes after I got my first incident when I was 60, about 6.5 years ago now. And so lifestyle changes I had made have been around taking stress off of my heart. And one of the main reasons why I had gotten into AFIB in the first place is because of decades of burning the candle at both ends, not getting enough sleep, always trying to overcome fatigue as opposed to trying to work with it. The previous AFIB incident that I had was about 8 months ago, and I have a video of that actually. I have my week of AFIB and post-AFIB. And I go through what I did to get out of it, talking with the doctor, and then what happened after that for the next few days as I had gotten out of it. The previous incident before that was 2 years prior. So the lifestyle changes I've been doing, everything I've been doing with that has been working. I've been doing some other things too, including improving on my diet. Okay, so that's my AFIB update. So let's talk about the rule I'm going to be breaking this weekend. One of the rules that I have for my AFIB is not doing 2 hard workouts in a row. So in other words, not doing a hard workout on a Tuesday and then coming back Wednesday and doing another hard workout. This weekend, however, I am doing 2 road races. And the reason why I'm doing 2 road races is that they're both local, somewhat local, and they both have 65 plus categories in it. And with me being now racing age 67, I'm primarily looking for old guy races. I have taken a lot of rest this week. I planned it that way, and I'm almost treating this like a goal race. So I'm not using this as a training race, so to speak. The second road race is going to be even tougher than the first road race. I think I'll be fine, but there's a little apprehension as to what's going to happen. And should I come out of this okay, which I should come out of this okay, it's not going to be that I'm going to establish that as something I'll be doing consistently. No, this is a one-off thing. And actually, there's going to be a stage race I'm thinking about doing, which hopefully will have a 65 plus category. And so, this is kind of like going to be a precursor toward that, a little test for that. Okay, so that's my weight update and my AFIB update. Now, what I'm doing, this is the day before, I am preparing my bike for the races. And I like to, at least the way I do things, I train heavy and race light. So I am using these carbon wheels, so that's what I'm transferring my gears to. And I will, so this is what I have here, which is much lighter than what I'm using here, the box rim, and with the power tap on the back of it. And with my bike, I'll be taking this thing in, this thing off. This has a 2-fold tire on it. These are the type of tires I use. They're tubular clincher tires. And this thing here weighs exactly a pound. So that'll give me a little extra bounce in my step, so to speak, when I'm racing. All right, look for my race videos that are coming for this weekend. Hopefully they're going to be good ones. And remember, because the channel needs it, comment, like, subscribe. And especially for you guys with AFIB, comments. Let me know how it's going. The Cycling Greek.